The new Chewbacca bandolier strap fits over your shoulder for play and holds 10 action figures securely. Like new Princess Leia Organic and Breeze, each sold separately. It even has pouches.
New C-3PO collector's case Chewbacca bandolier strap.
Hey there, it's me again, and welcome to another episode of The Collector's Case here on Chewy's Bandolier YouTube channel. Before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping. Once again, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. I'm actually up to 55 subscribers now. I know that sounds quaint and like, oh, that's cute. He's got 55 subscribers. But hey, just a week and a half ago, I was at 46. So that's amazing. So for everyone who has decided to join me on my adventure in 6 scale collecting, I thank you. This has been so far a lot of fun. And in the meantime, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it out. Share it to whoever you think would be maybe interested, because that really helps the algorithm and it helps me build the channel, because that's what I'm trying to do. So now that that's said, basically, as you saw by the title, by the thumbnail, I'm doing a few videos here that are based on the Legends characters from Star Wars, because as we've seen in the last year or so, maybe year and a bit, Howard over at Hot Toys has decided to give us figures based on some of these Legends characters, and that's great. I'm personally very excited that he's doing that. As you saw with the Dark Empire Luke, which I made a video about, he is mining these characters from comic book runs from the 90s, the 1990s, and also video games, the very popular video games, also from the 90s. But as I said, I did a Dark Empire Luke video, and the next one I wanted to do was about, you guessed it, as it says on the thumbnail, Darth Revan. So who is Darth Revan? Well, first and foremost, he's this guy. This is the Hot Toys Darth Revan figure. And I was so happy when they did this. Like, I mean, I love this figure. This is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It's a really, really good figure. Like, it's got a wired cape, which is always good. The mask is dead on accurate. Like, this is Darth Revan from the video games. Now, as I said, this is about why Darth Revan and who Darth Revan. So, as I was saying, as I mentioned, it's a video game. What video game is it? Knights of the Old Republic. So, for those of you who don't know, Knights of the Old Republic was a video game that came out of the 90s, when Star Wars was still, I want to say, not slumbering. Well, no, it was asleep. Star Wars was a little bit asleep. It is one of those things where you wanted to keep it going, and people were trying to follow things and wanted to know more about characters and wanted to know more about the prehistory of Star Wars. And that's what Knights of the Old Republic gives you. It takes place approximately 4,000 years before the events of Star Wars, the events of A New Hope. So they're back there in an era when it doesn't step on any toes. There's nobody that was around. Even Yoda wasn't born yet. So it's a blank canvas. And they were able to do a lot of really, really cool things. A lot of lore building, as you might call it. But in the case of a character like Revan, what you had there was, he is a Jedi Knight who was corrupted, fell to the dark side, and then was redeemed. Sounds familiar, right? It is and it isn't, because he was redeemed but not killed, if that makes sense. His mind was wiped after he fell to the dark side and was defeated, and they brought him back and trained him again as a Padawan, as an adult. And he became a Jedi hero once again. But just to give you a little bit of his backstory, not that that isn't a little bit already, I'm going to bring this up because I admittedly did not remember everything, because it's been a while since I played this game, and I do actually think I want to go back to it, but and play it again. But we're going to go to our friends at Wikipedia, just so that I can kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with here when it comes to Darth Revan. So there we go. So forgive the ads, but at any rate, yeah, Darth Revan, as you see him here, he's done some things, as I said, turning to the dark side, being redeemed, all these different things. He's a very, very complex character. He was friends with Malak, Darth Malak. They kind of both turned to the dark side together in a way. He ended up betraying Malak and going back to the light. So there was that. So that's kind of interesting. But as you can see here, this is all of the stuff that he was involved with. The Mandalorian Wars. Darth Revan was in that. In fact, he defeated the Mandalore at the time, the leader, and destroyed him. He was a hero. He was literally a hero. He was every bit the hero that 4,000 years later Anakin Skywalker would be. But he was not the chosen one of the Jedi prophecy. He was much more of a factor for the Sith than anything else. It's through Revan's teachings and Revan's writings that Darth Bane came up with the rule of two. Darth Bane doesn't come around for quite a while until after Revan. So, but he came up with the rule of two based on what Revan had taught about the Sith and how the Sith coexist and everything else. But anyway, here's his biography here. But as you can see, the Mandalorian Wars, there's endless comics devoted to the story of Darth Revan. So there's those you can look up as well. They're very important to fleshing out his character. And when you've played the game, the Knights of the Old Republic game, you develop, you can't help but develop a strong liking for the character. Darth Revan is compelling. He is extremely interesting in terms of, just like I said, his backstory is in depth. And I mean in depth. Like you could go hunting around on the internet for the longest time to find, all the information that you can about Darth Revan. There's a lot. He's definitely not a character that there isn't information about. It's one of those things where the game made him so popular that Lucasfilm could not ignore how popular he was. It was such a coup that Howard decided to make a figure based on him, because as popular as he is, since Disney took over Star Wars, they've kind of just abandoned the canon that had sprouted up over the last 30 years or so. So they decided to, in a lot of ways, come up with their own canon, and they have since pulled Revan into it. They haven't really done anything with him yet. They've just acknowledged that he exists. So that means, yeah, he's Darth Revan. He existed. They've done nothing else. So my hope is that they don't do anything really stupid with Revan. I'm hoping that when he does, and I think he will inevitably pop up in Disney Disney Star Wars at some point, my hope is that they do him justice, because, as I said, he's an extremely important character to Star Wars. And that's coming from the fact that he's a Legends character, and clearly important enough that they're bringing him back in. They did the same thing with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn is a Legends character, technically, but Disney brought him in. They brought him in through Rebels. And since then, they've had him on the Ahsoka show. So, and he'll be in Ahsoka season 2. So Thrawn is definitely still an important character. But yeah, Revan is, I would argue, more important to Star Wars than Thrawn. And part of that is just the fact that he is a character that, through playing the game, you love him. You really, really like him because you play as him. But over time he turns. Then you play him as evil, and then eventually he gets redeemed. He gets redeemed by another character, Bastila Shan, who is also from Knights of the Old Republic, who later becomes his wife. But she is also another Jedi Knight, and another character that Howard, please give us a Bastila Shan. Oh my God, that would be amazing. But yeah, she's another character that I'm sure that maybe they'll get around to. I hope. I can't say with certainty, but I hope so. But other than that, yeah, Darth Revan is a very, very important guy when it comes to Star Wars, in the sense of lore and just the building of the lore of Star Wars, which for me, that's Legends. And I don't think that they're ever going to top that at Disney. Legends Star Wars is still the backstory for Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Darth Revan, amazing character, one that I cannot encourage you enough to look up. Go back and play Knights of the Old Republic. It's a real story. Let's put it that way. And there's a reason why it has endured all this time. I mean, video games come and go. People forget them. They're forgettable for the most part. But this one has not. And there's even been talk recently of them doing a remake of it. That seems to have stalled for now. I haven't heard anything since, and that's been a couple of years since I first heard that. But it could still happen. And to be honest, I wouldn't be against it, but I would be cautious. Regardless of that, you can still play the old game, and it's 100% worth playing. The graphics are of their time, but it's still really good. Like, just for the story alone, it's worth playing. It's so good. And Revan is such a great character. So I highly encourage you, play the game, because once you've played the game, you're going to want to go back and look at all the other supplementary material about Darth Revan. You're going to want to read the comics that Dark Horse did involving him. You're going to want to read the books that he's in. He's mentioned in a bunch, but like Rule of Two, the Bane book, Rule of Two, all those Legends books that are not considered canon by Disney anymore. Those are the ones you want to read, because those are the good ones. So I highly encourage that. I'm so grateful that Howard has decided to go down this Legends line for his 6 scale figures, because it's phenomenal. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to keep going with these little discussions about Legends characters coming to 6 scale, because for those of us Star Wars fans that are old enough to remember when Legends was all we had, we're eating really well. Let's put it that way. Revan is a perfect example of that. And then there are others that are coming out and that have come out. Darth Malgus is on his way. Lord Starkiller is another one. Again, not from Knights of the Old Republic, but still a video game character from Force Unleashed. And I'll be getting him shortly as well. And then I'll do another video about him. But yeah, Lord Starkiller has an interesting story behind him as well. I would very much like for them to do Darth Malak. I'm sure they're going to. Darth Nihilus is coming. That's another one I'm very excited about, and I'll make a video about him as well. That's all I really can say about Darth Revan without just rambling, which I've already done. So if you like going back and you like looking at the Legends stories, by all means, go and check out Darth Revan. Go play Knights of the Old Republic. You won't regret it. I promise you won't regret it. And then check out the books and the comics where he's featured, because, as I said, he's got a really, really compelling storyline. His arc is something. But yeah, but enjoy that. Take that information and use it as you see fit. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. There's more coming, and there'll be another live stream coming soon as well. But I'll have more information as I get closer to that. So enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. This is Rob. This is the Chewy's Bandolier YouTube channel, and I will see you all on the other side. Have a great day. So long.